Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 108, The Ice Mantis Cometh. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and lovable Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Yes, indeed, with ice on her mind. And also with us tonight is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everybody. I'm James, and I'm playing Penton Chalice, who is a spell scale sorcerer.
He is indeed, and had a fun little side quest earlier with Merezi. And speaking of
Yes.
Merezi, we have Izzy. Izzy, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi everyone, I'm Izzy, and I am playing Merezi Mugraw, half-orc barbarian, does not know how to knit.
It is true, despite many attempts. I'd love for you to draw Merezi trying to knit. And
My God.
also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dare, and I'm playing Tix Birchmanson, your larger-than-life gnome cleric.
That is fantastic. And finally, risen from the dead, come back from a terrible illness where he felt like a living crud and yet powered through to be here with us tonight is Lee. Lee, tell us what you are playing.
You said back from the dead, and I was going to say, hold on, no one told me I was replaying Osekai again.
You'll be playing Osekai!
Hi, everybody. Yes, I've been very, very sick the last 2 weeks, but I am back and ready to keep on, I was going to say punching, but I'm not playing that character. Hi, everybody. I am Lee, and I am playing a Kenku rogue who hopefully today will actually have his bloody name said.
We just might get to that this very episode. When we last left our characters, a whole lot had happened. They had done some house sitting for Baba Yaga, an incredibly powerful fae, who revealed to them, as payment for their service, that the reason the Staff of Seraphim, the core element to their quest, is not working properly is that one half of the staff is fake. You remember that you got the other half of the staff out of a possibly sometimes a mimic on a ship eons and eons ago, and the sea hag took the staff from you and used it against you, and it did not work, and you were able to defeat her. That is because the staff was half just fake. You now, Penton, now that you've been able to properly align yourself, it is kind of hard to cast Detect Magic on the staff. It's kind of like trying to cast Detect Light on the sun.
Right.
But now that you're kind of able to angle it a little bit, you can tell now that half of it is not real. It is just plain wood. Also, there was a fun little side quest while the rest of you were sleeping. Your guide and father of Merezi, Dinwolf, had gone a-wandering again and had found himself in a ruined temple of Chronipsis, I believe is the correct way to say it, a very not well-known dragon god, relative of Bahamut, who actually is apparently at odds with the Master. And no less than the Master actually appeared in a giant skeleton dragon form and tried to kill Penton and Dinwolf and Merezi. And only through some very creative use by a sphere of annihilation from Penton were they all saved. You have now been traveling for several more days, going north, going east, northeast, and it is now so cold. It is below freezing. The snow is constant. It is blustering. It is not so much that Audrey 3 is freezing. It is that you're having trouble finding food for Audrey as y'all hunt. I would like Merezi for you to give me a survival check.
Yes, I just dropped my d20. Here we go. Survival. 10.
For the third day in the row, you have been unable to find food for Audrey 3. and it is starting to get critical. Y'all can tell that Audrey is stumbling. The spell inside of her that seems to be keeping all of you warm, those of you that need it, is starting to fail, and it's starting to get colder, and you're starting to worry about, like, say, maybe pet lizards.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Can I get Afield to help her search?
Yes, you can.
Help Merezi search?
Yes, especially now that you can directly communicate with Aphil. She says, "What you want? What can I do? How can I help?"
And I can cast guidance on Merezi.
Excellent.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
I appreciate both of these things. Should I re-roll my survival check, maybe?
In just a moment, is there anyone else who would like to contribute to this? Because this is pretty important.
Anyone?
I don't have a survival skill.
Bueller?
That's okay.
I have
does,
search, but I don't
guidance
think
do
that's
that?
going to work.
Okay. Given that you have already made the roll, however, that you have gotten help from Aphil, I will let you re-roll, and I will let you add a +2, but you do not get to roll at advantage.
Okay. That is, let's see, 17.
17. Okay. Aphil is able to spot a wild beast about half a mile from here that you'll need to go out and get to. However, Merezi, you do not have any trouble trekking across the snow. Why is that?
Oh, maybe my boots of the Winterlands?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not only which you found on your side quest with Tix, who was kind enough to, and Athora, who was kind enough to let you keep them, but they actually let you cross the snow as if you're walking in snowshoes. You can move through snow unimpeded. And so it is actually very strange for you, because you, being a very big and hefty half-orc, walking across the snow as if you were light as a feather. Does anyone else want to join her on this hunt?
I'll go.
Athora? Okay. Athora, you are finding, as before, that the snow, the cold does not bother you anyway.
Woohoo!
Does anyone else want to join?
I feel like I'm best served trying to just keep Audrey 3 calm in her hunger.
That is good. That is very wise, because she is not stable right now, and you have detected like a hint of what might happen if she goes fully wild. Either she might shut down completely, or she might just go wild. And you saw like what Baba Yaga's hut was capable of.
Right.
So Athora and Merezi, you are heading out in the snow, and you can see now a group of dire bears. There are 3 of them. They are all fully grown, and they are walking through the woods. There's kind of sparse woods in this area. You are right at the base. Y'all been kind of like skirting along the edge of the mountains out here. You could either try to separate them, or you can do whatever you want. You can try to take them all down and get a whole bunch for them.
Athora, I know that we're both giant, but those 3 bears, they're even gianter. I really think we should separate them. I could try throwing something.
That sounds like a good plan.
Let me look at my skills here. I could perhaps roll plus dexterity to like try and throw something that might grab the attention of the bears.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I do have 4 bolas.
Yes, you do. This is exactly the kind of thing that they're for.
I'm gonna try and roll dexterity to throw a rock sort of to the right. Like if we were facing the bear group, just like off to another direction.
Okay. And I want you to hold for a second and not tell me what your results were, but keep it in your mind. Kinku, you have been reading something quite a bit in the last few days. What have you been reading?
Oh, yes. I have been reading... sorry, needed to jog my memory there. I have
That's
been
okay.
reading a very old book on, herbalism and toxins and poisons.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Now the good part is like I said, you found the mother lode. This is this book. If you just went and sold it somewhere, like a big city like Masgate, you probably you might get 1,000 gold for it. That's how valuable this is. The problem is it's in several different languages, not all of which you can read. The one person who's actually been helping you a lot is Denwolf. And that is, and I want to check if you would be willing to let him look at it. Because he is an archaeologist, he actually speaks and reads a great many languages.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't see it's just a book. Yeah, it's full of poisons and toxins, but at the same time, you still need a certain degree of finesse to handle the things involved without killing yourself, especially for some of the more potent things. So yeah, I mean, reading is fundamental, as they say. Yeah, I mean, at this point, any help to further bolster his abilities in this realm in this particular field, I should say, is welcome, especially from someone as powerful as Baba Yaga.
Say, you know who has comprehend languages skills?
Who's that?
It'd be Penton, who has the comprehend languages spell.
So what I want to imagine is that Penton, you were sitting there watching, and the Kinku is showing this to Denwolf, and Denwolf is just freaking out. And now, from our side quest, we now have canonical that he sounds like the main character from What We Do in the Shadows. That he's. This is very, very exciting here to have the languages, and I think I can almost read this part of the Abyssal that is talking about the plant, the mandrake root. And then what do you do?
I just chuckle under my breath.
Okay.
And let them flail about for a bit.
Okay.
Until they think to ask the magic user, or the sorcerer in this case, if they have any skills with language.
Well, I want to guarantee you that Denwolf doesn't. Not because he's narcissistic, but because he's obsessed. Whenever he gets a new project, he's pulling out his notebook, he's making little notes of his own, and cross-referencing, turning to one page, writing something down, turning to the other page, writing something down. He is just ecstatic with joy, and he doesn't know anyone else exists right now.
It's like me making a character sheet.
That is correct.
It's like anybody making a character sheet, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Now, Tix, one of the other issues that you're having is the care and feeding of your charge.
Right.
Now, your charge can literally eat rocks, but rocks are kind of gross. It doesn't really like it. Its favorite thing to eat is precious metals of various kind. It doesn't have to be platinum, but it wants to eat things like that. And obviously, that's been getting more and more scarce the farther you've been getting away from the villages. Is there anything that you might try to help out?
I will treat it like a very young child and say, if you eat your rocks, I will give you silver pieces as a treat while we're traveling.
And now that the general party at least is aware of its existence, though you still are very, since you did get a directive from Glarl Glittergold to keep it secret. It is kind of peeking its head out a little bit and saying, "But I am so very hungry, and I would very much like to have 10 silver pieces now, if that is all right."
Eat your rocks, and you can have 1 silver piece now and 1 later.
And everyone else in the hut, you hear the low rumbling sound that is Terran. And it is completely incomprehensible unless, of course, Penton, you cast Comprehend Languages. Right. And it's not an unpleasant sound, but it is this deep thrumming and the sound of rocks being rubbed together. as it says, "Oh, very well," and it takes some shale that you had gathered the last time there was a clearing in the snow and begins to crunch on it and mutters to itself that it's not fair. I'm going to eat a diamond. I want another one of those gems that have wizards in them.
It is a very well-spoken child.
It is. It is. It is an infant of its kind, but it also is a rock elemental. So the rules don't quite apply the same as they do to infant children.
It's been around for a while. It's at least 50 years old.
Very nice reference. I appreciate that very much. And let's cut back to that roll, Morezi. What did you roll to try and distract the dire bears?
I want you to reward me for the honesty on this, that I didn't, subtly re-roll or something while you were doing that. It was an 8.
It was an 8. So you throw. And it's not that the throw is bad. It's just that you're trying to distract them. And the throw just into the snow. It's just swallowed by the snow. And you see, one of them, kind of turn its head a little bit. What they're doing is they're kind of digging near a tree, and you see them pulling up various roots and stuff, and they start to kind of gnaw on them, and they're making these low sounds to each other, very Wookiee-esque.
The same sounds Osaka used to make while he was sleeping.
That's right. That's right. You're reminded of your old friend, Morezi. Athora, is there anything that you'd like to try?
Let's see. I don't know if I could do any distraction. Would I shoot? If I shot an arrow into a tree far away, would that distract them? Would that make a loud enough noise?
The trick is it has to be close enough that they hear it, but far enough away that it would, cause them to move towards it. Oh. But yes, it is possible. It depends on how well you roll.
All right, let's try that then. If we fail. That's an 8.
Another 8! So literally the exact same thing happens. Your aim is just a little low, and so it goes into the snow. And so I want you to all imagine that Morezi throws the bola and it just into the snow. And then you kind of give her a side eye, pull out your bow, bing, and then it into the snow. And then you're just both kind of staring at each other. And that's when the ground underneath the largest dire bear just goes and a spear of ice goes up through the dire bear, and it howls in agony. And the bears begin to freak out, they're looking all around, they're slashing with their claws, they don't know what to do. This one is impaled on the ice spear, and after a moment its momentum, these are enormous, hundreds of pounds, turns and cracks the spear that's coming out of the ground, but it is badly injured. And that's when you see something coming out of the woods holding a pale spear. And it's a White Walker. No! That if we were to be looking at it, you might think that. But it does not appear to be undead. It actually appears to be an incredibly pale elf. And it takes its spear and throws it at the same bear. And because this is D&D, gotta roll damn dice. It rolls much better than an 8, and the spear hits true into the dire bear, and y'all hear a as ice spreads up from the wound. Not unlike some wounds you've seen recently, Athora. But the other 2 bear are now attacking that elf. What would y'all like to do?
Before we enter initiative, I'd like to take a free action to say,
"Hey, you need any help?"
You and what language do you say this in? I'm assuming Common.
Yeah, Common.
It looks up at you, very surprised, though it hides it quickly.
I wave.
And it says in very broken Common, "I need no help." For the purposes of this, what's going on right now, I want to say that even though this was a half mile away, that the rest of y'all, Penton particularly with your extended senses of Audrey, you hear a commotion going on. And I just want to leave that up to you if you want to do anything.
Okay, that was
guess-
directed me.
Yes, that was directed
Okay.
at you, Penton, since you're controlling Audrey currently.
Right.
I guess I want to roll for initiative
All right.
and help this dude fight the bears, and maybe he'll give me some bear meat.
So
Da, da, da. 3.
3. And Athora?
16 to go over
16.
and help attack.
Yep.
You know, I think we will join in, because if there's noise going off in that direction, it means they probably found some food, and now we're going to get Audrey closer to that if it's at all possible. So,
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I'd
Maybe
like
just,
you to
you know-
do two things. Roll for initiative,
Okay.
since you're the only one who's moving right now. But also, I want you to make an Arcana roll, because it is actually becoming harder to control Audrey right now. So let me know what
14
both
for
of those
initiative.
are. 14 for initiative, okay. I am actually Dare and
Yeah.
Kiku. If y'all could roll too, just so that when you are in combat, we can go ahead and slot you in.
Okay.
That's a 19 for little ticks.
19 for ticks.
That's an 8. No, hang on, that's not right. 10 for
10
the
for
Kinku.
Kinku.
And that was
Um,
a 27 on my Arcana check.
Good. Okay, so you feel the shuddering. It's starting to get shaky from hunger. It's like it's the aversion of being hangry.
Right. I'll just keep
like-
telling her, food's coming, we're going to go get some food. It's
like
okay.
in it, you can't directly communicate with Audrey like the way you can with Aphil, but like you actually get a mental image where it's asking you like, well, can I just eat one of the other ones? You know, like even the small one, like ticks. Like, is that okay? Can I just eat that one?
No, that is
yes.
not okay.
Not yet.
So ticks,
Yet?
we'll skip your turn right now. But Athora, it is actually your turn first.
All right.
What would you like to do? There is the injured dire bear, and then there is one with a white stripe going down its back, and then there's a smaller one.
I'll attack the white striped one.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to hit again?
Yes, because you haven't rolled to attack yet.
Okay.
7 Nation Army starts playing.
17 to hit.
That will hit.
11 points of damage.
Okay, and you have 2 attacks.
$21 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
12 points of damage.
Gotcha. So in just 2 strikes, you've already done 23 points of damage to this bear. You can't run on top of the snow the way Merezi does, but you do find that the ice that would normally cause someone to slip doesn't really make you slip. Like when you plant your foot down on a patch of ice, you just keep going, just as if it was regular ground. And so you just boom, 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 slash, slash, and the bear turns to you because it was focused on the ice, on the pale elf, and that will bring it to you, Penton. So this turn will just bring you into the combat round.
Right. Okay.
But if you want to say or do anything, you certainly can do it now.
Look, there's the food.
Audrey freaks out and just starts moving even faster towards it, very quickly. And Kinku, it is you can't go this turn either. But if there's anything you want to do in preparation, you can.
Yeah, the idea is he's just going to stuff the book back into his pack. The book from Baba Yaga's
Okay.
thing. That reminds me as well. What happened to the other book?
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, what happened to that book?
The spooky
Because
Nomicon.
it came through with me, but do I know that? Who picked it up? Where did it go?
It came through with you, so you technically are still the one with it.
So
there was just
it'll be in
so
my pack
much-
as well.
There was so much going on after that crazy adventure that the truth is y'all kind of forgot about it.
You forgot about a lot of
you
things.
Yeah, when you don't know if like you just forgot about it, which happens, or you don't know if there was some other reason you
True.
forgot about it, because it doesn't really seem like something you would forget about.
I mean, the thing is, if I'm looking into this pack and seeing this stuff, I probably forgot the whole thing happened in the first place. So wondering where the hell this stuff even came from. So yeah, okay. So I'll return to the game. Okay. The Kenku will pull out. Pull the book in, the Book of Poisons, and stuff it into his pack, hesitating as he, for the first time seemingly, sees another book in there. It's hidden under a whole bunch of other stuff, but there's another book in there, and he just sort of shakes his head and stuffs the book in, closes the pack, and gets ready for the upcoming combat.
Okay. And that will, as you're going from one book to the other, as your personal library, that will actually bring it to the elf, and he has stabbed with the spear. He's thrown his spear, I should say, and so he pulls out a long knife and begins to attack the bear as well. And he rolls a 2, gets 2 attacks. He does much better on his second attack, and does 8 points of damage to the injured bear, who's quite badly injured as he jams it into the belly. But the bear is now coming down on top of him, and that will bring it to you, Marezi.
Alright, I am going to attack the bear that is attacking the snow elf dude to establish a rapport with this dude. My first attack is a 32!
I'm going to say that hits.
So that one hits.
Yep.
And my second attack will be just a measly 23.
Okay.
So I assume both of those
They
hit?
do. Roll for the damages and let me know.
Alright, that's 5 plus 12. Wait, that can't... No. 5 plus 7.
Okay. I would like you to describe to me as this bear is bearing down. So he stabbed upwards, but now the momentum of the bear is coming down on him, and you're coming up from behind on the bear. Describe to me how you kill it.
Hey, watch out!
I leap up from behind. I grab my halberd in both hands with the blade facing downward, and I bring the sort of pike at the top of the halberd down onto the top of the bear's neck.
Okay. And the blade comes in through the neck, and he's actually below that, but just above his head, the halberd blade comes out, and the bear jerks and is still. And that will bring it to the remaining 2 bears. Unsurprisingly, the one you hit, Athora, is coming after you. So its first claw catches you across the side, Athora.
Ow.
The second claw and the bite fail against your tough armor and your maneuvering. And that's actually pretty good. It does 8 points of damage. That's actually way less than it normally could. It is a dire bear, after all. And that will bring it to the smaller one. The smaller one roars in fury at you, Marezi, and attacks. It would attack I'm just going to call it ice elf, because I keep doing that. But the other bear is on top of it, so it can't reach it. So it is going to claw. And it rolls terribly. 2 4s and an 11. As it as it slashes at you, but it actually is impeded by the body of the bear that it's trying to reach. And Tix, that is actually going to bring it to your turn in the initiative. Audrey is just hurtling towards this combat, and you are still inside Audrey, but you can act as you please.
Okay, then Tix is going to loosen Destiny Seeker, and as soon as we're close enough to draw into range, Tix will hop out of Destiny Seeker and run across the crest of the snow because he is lightweight. and attack the small bear.
Okay. And y'all see just this little bullet come hurtling out of Audrey, and I want you to roll that attack.
And that is a natural 20. So that's nice.
Critical hit.
So triple damage. 4 plus 8 plus 8. So 20 points, 26 points of damage.
26 points of damage. You just bury Destiny Seeker into the meaty shoulder of the bear, and it roars upwards, and you could see the necrotic damage racing up into the wound. And you can hear Destiny Seeker saying, "A fine hit! We shall be victorious." And that will bring it back to Athora.
Woo! Okay, let's do another attack. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright. 15 points of damage.
38 points of damage that you've done.
Okay. And that's a natural 1.
So let's hear it. Let's see that percentage dice and see what you get.
Get it.
My favorite.
70.
Just a miss, fortunately. And so roll for damage on that first hit. Or you already rolled for damage. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. Silly me. As you slash to it, you've done quite a bit of damage to this striped one, which is the largest of them, by the way. And that will actually bring it to Penton, who is currently controlling Audrey.
Barely.
Barely. Barely.
I get it. Unintentional puns are the best. So yeah, I guess. It's hard to believe that Audrey would not want to go for the dead bear that's readily available right now. Just toss her right in.
yeah. I mean that is.
If that's her inclination, I'm just gonna let her do it. Just pick it up with one claw and kind of toss it into the hut.
The funny thing is, you actually had described to you when the turtle was captured by Baba Yaga's hut. Mm-hmm. That is what the woman described to you, and that is exactly what Audrey does. Is it comes forward with balancing on one foot, the other one like an owl wraps around this dire bear, and even it's hundreds of pounds. It is so hungry, it just flings it upwards. That opening just yawns outwards, as you've seen it do before, to accommodate. And suddenly, all of you inside, which is the Kinku, Din Wolf, and Penton, this giant bear corpse comes hurtling towards you. But it turns itself just at like a 20-degree angle, and the bear corpse just slams into the skull and instantly begins to desiccate as the most blissful feeling comes over Audrey, because the one thing it likes more than anything is fresh blood, and it doesn't get much fresher than just killed.
I've suddenly got this image of that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, when the
ark opens and everyone just goes.
Yep. That is really what it looks like. It is a true. It's actually most like the third one, where he chooses poorly and turns into a husk in a matter of seconds. That's actually very, very close. But either take your pick of Indiana Jones references, and that will. Penton, I'm going to go ahead and skip you now, but if you'd like to say anything or take any other action.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was the third one, wasn't it?
No, Raiders is the first one.
Yeah.
Is that Temple of Doom?
Temple of Doom is the second one, and Holy Grail.
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade.
Oh, I was thinking of Last Crusade. Yep. Okay, my bad.
Yep.
It's been so long since I've seen the Jones movies.
That's okay.
You spent your turn making nerds mad at you.
I can hear that. I can hear the clickety clacks.
Use the Force, Harry, said Gandalf.
But speaking of being turns and such and movements, Kinku, it is actually your turn.
Yeah, seeing that happen does not. I'm already not comfortable being inside this bloody thing, but that's too close for me. I'm getting out. No. Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump out and. How far away is the closest one?
Not very far because it ran up to the middle, so you're within range of either of them, the striped one or the smaller one.
All right. Well, these things are bigger than I am, so which isn't that difficult. I'm just going to take out my short bow and go for a shot at the closest one.
Okay, that would probably be the smaller one.
All right. His porridge is just right. If this elf has a red cloak on, I'm going to scream. Right. Roll to hit with my short bow. Oh, if only the range was 19 to 20. It's not. So that's a 19 plus, so 28.
28 definitely will hit.
Okay. It's only a d6 though. Yeah! 1 damage with a short bow.
It just you just.
It's a very good hit.
It is a very good hit. It's just that
ear.
it's a huge. Yeah, saying a small dire bearer is like a small giant. It's still enormous, and even though it's a good hit, it just sticks into the back.
It's only a
and
small
it keeps attacking
tsunami.
ticks. Exactly. And that will actually bring it back to the elf. It has to try to free itself. It fails. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is not trying to free itself. I need to do something else. I need to do a saving throw, which it fails. The elf is flung through the air as the bear is picked up by Audrey and thrown inside. He is not thrown inside. He is flung through the air, and just he is even in this instant, y'all can tell that this is a very serious, very stoic individual, and there's just like this as he goes hurtling to the side and takes 4 points of damage as he smashes into some ground. He meets the ground with great force and does not appreciate that. That will bring it to you, Marezi.
Yes. All right. I am. Let's see. Is Stripey still alive?
He sure is. You do have the option of using diplomacy now. I'm kidding.
All right. So that's a 23 to hit and a natural 20 to hit. Yeehaw!
Wow.
All right.
Yes. So give me that damage.
Okay. The non-critical hit is a 6, and the critical one, 24.
So with 30 points of damage, I want you to describe to me how you kill this striped dire bear, the largest of the three.
I turn around, having been facing where I killed the first bear, and I swivel my halberd around, getting it into the proper posture, and I simply sort of do an underhanded strike onto the front of the bear, catching its neck and its torso, and the bear simply falls.
And it's just there's a pause for a moment, and then boom, to the ground. And Athora, that will bring it to your turn.
Okay. And there's only one left now?
There is the smallest of them, still huge, that's engaged with ticks.
Alright, let's go after that one. Oh, that's a 19, so it would be a critical hit with my...
Okay.
And critical means double the amount of...
In the house rule, it's double everything. So roll your damage, add your strength, and then double it.
Okay. 25 points of damage?
Okay. Yeah, tell me how you kill that bad boy.
I see it attacking ticks right. What?
Sorry, how do you get 25 out of a double?
Well,
Or is it 2 attacks?
What was one?
No.
well, no. I mean, she can do 12, 13 points of damage with a strike, with her damage bonus.
13 times 2 is 26, though.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's
25.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm
Oh,
trying,
I got you. It was
I'm
an
trying, to, I'm
even.
trying to work out
Hold on.
how you get a double for 25.
Yeah, the number should be even.
Did you add your strength after rolling? Because the house rule here is you add your strength and then double it.
It's not an issue. It's just, he's
Well,
dead
you still
anyway.
kill
It's
it.
just,
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
still dead.
my
He's still
brain
dead.
is just. Then hang on. How does that work?
I'm now completely. I'm sorry.
Okay. What were your 2 rolls?
We killed Riley.
Riley, what were your 2 rolls?
I don't remember my. Okay, hold.
Hey, we're millennials. You can't expect us to remember things after we say them.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're Zoomers. You can't expect us to remember things after we say them.
I've moved all my dice and completely forgotten my counting.
It doesn't matter. It was just my brain was just like, hold on, what? You killed it. That's all that matters. Don't worry about it. It's dead.
Okay, I don't remember what.
Gotcha. It's all good. How do you kill this bad boy?
Power of math.
It's confused as well.
I just stab it. I go stabby stab, and it's now dead.
Tix, you're doing like this. You're coming in for like this real, skilled maneuver, and you're remembering the moves of your people and the using the honored god given axe of Garl Glittergold, and she just kind of comes up behind it and just whap, just strikes it in the back of the neck, and it falls over dead.
I can just see Tix posing in his dwarven ready combat stance, and Authority just comes over and pokes it with a sword.
Yep.
And it dies.
Right between the 3rd and the 4th rib.
Yep.
A heart bursts. That's it. Quite a letdown.
Just by poking it. Boop.
And
then she puts it in the
combat
fate
is
pit.
over. Y'all have slain these 3 dire bears.
All right, now, how sated is Audrey right now?
Well, right now Audrey is completely full, very full, and completely satiated. She will not need to eat again for several days.
Can she eat,
Could
though?
go as long. She could eat more. Yes, it would. She might not be able to eat all of another dire bear, but she could eat another one, if so commanded.
Quick, does anyone have any ranks in the meat curing skill?
Anyone pick
survival
jerky as a talent?
There's not much blood essence in jerky. That's the problem.
No.
Does anyone? do we have like that spell that keeps bodies fresh for days?
Oh, like gentle repose.
That's the one. Yeah, gentle repose. We can cast it
don't
on at
think
least
anyone
one
has
of the
that.
bears and keep it for
I
later.
don't know. That's a cleric thing. Ask Tix.
Bummer.
No,
Aw,
unfortunately.
man, none of us are religious.
Gentle repose is a little higher, I believe.
That's a
You
bummer.
could always freeze it.
There's plenty of ice around.
Pretty cold.
Yeah.
I wish I knew somebody here who knew to throw ice around.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, buddy! Thanks for the help!
I give him a thumbs up because I saw that he doesn't speak good common. Just kind of try to give him some good body language.
Okay. Who here speaks Elven? I know a few of y'all do.
Speak Orc, and that's like the same root language.
It,
Could be like a guy speaking Spanish to a guy who speaks French.
it would. Does anyone else speak Elven?
No. Gnome, kobold, and dwarvish. And
Gotcha.
Abyssal
Now-
comment.
Taryn.
So he comes up, and y'all just hear a litany of not like shouts, but just like very strong commanding. You know, and then he kind of realizes that you don't understand him, and he walks forward and he picks up his ice spear, which is fell to the ground when the bear was picked up, and he says, "How dare you take my kill?"
Our friend was hungry.
I say that in Orcish because I think maybe he might understand Orcish better.
He does not. He clearly does not understand what you say.
And Tix walks up and says, "Share and share alike, and I believe we were here at the same time you were. So, and there's 3 bears. So you may have your choice of the kill, and we'll take a little bit for our needs, and we'll all go away happy."
Make a diplomacy check.
All right. This is what he does. That is a 21.
21. He looks at you very hard, and he rounds on you, Merezi. And he says, "You do not take a hunter's kill." And then he turns to you, Athora, and he says, "I appreciate that you attacked the other one. That was honorable of you."
Yep.
Oh, I see.
And he turns back to you, Merezi, and he goes, "But..." And then he kind of calms himself, and then he turns back to you, Tix, and says, "Do you have..." It's difficult for him to say, "a preference?"
No, sir. Since we interrupted your hunt by accident, we would like for you to take first choice.
And he bows to you a little. He says, "I am Daelor of Timberspire." And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 108. Good job, everybody.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Nobody's dead yet.
Hey.
Nobody's dead yet, but we are getting there. We are definitely getting there as we get closer to Timberspire.
Ooh, that's ominous.
Definitely very ominous indeed. I want to thank you all for playing. Did I not say 108?
No, that was for my.
good.
Sorry, it was for my own later on because I will completely forget
Yes.
what numbers they are and will ask
I
again.
gotcha.
So I'll put them in just
You're good.
so I remind myself. Apologies.
You're good. If somebody would like to check out Chafing Armor and they maybe haven't seen how amazing the website looks, what website would they go to again?
Chafingarmor.com.
Yes. Chafingarmor.com, you say?
Chafingharvey.com.
With the
That's a very creative URL.
Yes, it is very creative, with a beautiful layout that was redone by Lee, which we very much appreciate. And of course, even though it's been out for a few months now, I haven't mentioned the wonderful portraits that have been put out by the amazing artist Randy. You can certainly see those on the website and seeing linked backs to her awesome work. So thank you, Randy. And we appreciate y'all playing. We appreciate our listeners. Let's all say thank you, listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
We love you all ever so much.
Very much so.
Yes.
I'm glad you're here.
You're the best listeners ever.
That's right. We have it on good authority that you are. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
It's,
And we will roll with you soon.